Hey, Bart, the email you sent out, the Zoom link
Net
was a
recommended
JPEG, and you couldn't
John,
click
and
on it.
you won you, and thanks for checking in. Any other stations wishing to check in on
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Rick?
please do so now.
The email you sent out, there was a Zoom link in it, but you couldn't click on it because it was a JPEG.
Oops, I didn't know that until about 5 minutes ago when I tried to click on it myself.
Ah,
Sorry.
I'm glad it happened to you too.
So, Ant, I know you're in the Zoom session. John, KB1MFU, are you on the Zoom session tonight?
Let's try it.
Okay, John, very good. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be doing the net on RF tonight. So if you can't join the Zoom session, you won't be able to participate in the net tonight. And again, I apologize for that. I don't know if you have the link or not. I want to try, but I'm going to shut down the net on the repeater right now and then switch over to the Zoom session only. Back to you, John.
Where's that guy
Hey,
at?
John, thanks. All right, so I'm going to close the net on the RF right now and return the repeater to normal use. This is AB1DQ, and for any parties wanting to participate in the trivia game tonight, it will be in the Meriden Amateur Radio Zoom session. And if you need the link, you can shoot me an email at AB1DQ or James at AB1DQ.com, and I can send you the link for any stations tuned in. So this is AB1DQ closing the net on RF and returning the KKF repeater to normal use. I'm back. Am I muted or am I?
Nope, you're on.
Awesome. Alrighty. My TS2000 is malfunctioning. When I keyed up, it powered down. I don't know. I have the antenna connected. I don't know if I've got a power issue or what. So I switched to the HT. So it's probably all for the better that I'm not using RF tonight. So what I did tonight is I put together a trivia question. I need a few people who want to actually play the game tonight. Any volunteers in the room tonight, please? Anybody?
Oh, come on, guys. Go ahead.
Don't be shy. Any newbies out there want to play? Do we have any of the new licensed hams in the group?
Yep. He was talking on the net.
What you want is an old guy like me who never followed the rules to start with.
Sounds like you get another volunteer.
So who's in?
Rick says he'll play.
Rick?
I'll play.
Okay.
It's Randy, and Randy raised his hand, WRJY807.
All right, so I got Randy, I got Rick, and do I have John for this round?
Yeah, give it a whirl. I don't know nothing about rules, but
Okay, Rick.
All right, I'll play.
All righty. So I've got Rick, John, and Randy. So the way I put this together is it's going to be based on the tech pool, so it should be easy. I'm going to read the question. You're each going to take a turn. We'll do a round of 5. I will give you 2 points if you can give me the answer without looking at the multiple choices. If you want to look at the multiple choices, I'll give you 1 point. Sound fair enough?
Fair.
All righty. So let's start the game. All righty. I have good production values tonight. That's probably the only thing I have going for me tonight.
Mr. Trebek.
Oh, look at this.
How about that? Okay, we're going to begin. So no help from the audience. And of course, being a TechNet, and this is all for fun, if we want to discuss the topic, or if there's anybody tuned in who has a question about the correct answer in the question and needs more information, we could talk about it in the TechNet. So Randy, you're going to be up first, and here comes your first question. How would you change a dipole antenna to make it resonant on a higher frequency? Do you want to answer it, or do you want to see the choices?
I'll answer it, shorten it.
That's right.
And that's correct. So round one, Randy gets 2 points. Rick, you're up next.
All righty.
Here comes your question. What is the approximate length in inches of a half wavelength 6-meter dipole antenna? You can answer it for 2, or I could show you the choices.
No, it's 112 inches.
Looks like you got it. You do. Good job. John, you ready?
You're gonna have to use a call sign,
I am?
but you got more than one John that volunteered, so yeah.
Oh, did I? Okay, so I got John B, and who's the other one?
K1VDF.
K1 VDF.
All right, K1 VDF, this will be yours. We'll play four players. And I will do John B next. K1 VDF. In the US, what is connected to the green wire in a 3-wire electrical AC plug?
Oh, I know.
Neutral, ground.
No.
Nope, that's incorrect. It's the, well, you said neutral and equipment ground, and ground, so.
Hmm.
I'll give you a point. There's no prizes, so. All righty.
Wait,
John
what? No
B-
prizes? What's up? No,
I don't know.
Wait, what?
It's for the fun of the game. John B, you're up next. Okay. What is the purpose of a gin pole? What the choices are?
Adding tower
Relax.
sections.
Has nothing to do with alcohol.
No.
Shucks.
Did you say adding tower sections, John?
Yes, that's what I said.
That's the correct answer. To lift tower sections or antenna. Okay, round 2.
Or lower.
That's true. To Randy, your question is, what could happen if a person accidentally touched your antenna while you were transmitting?
They could get burned.
That is correct.
RF burns.
Yep. A painful RF burn. Okay, Rick, let's see, your next question is, on which HF bands does a technician class operator have phone privileges?
6 meters? Or is it 10 meters? 6 meters.
Do you want to see the choices before you answer, or?
Well, they'll both be in there.
So which is it gonna be, 6 or 10?
10 meters.
Goes with 10. And actually 6 wasn't on there. And
Well,
the right
6
answer
wasn't
is
on there.
10.
10 was right.
I'll give you the 2. Okay, K1 VDF. What is the maximum peak envelope power output for a technician class operator using their assigned portions of the HF bands?
I haven't a clue.
Well, let me show you the
I know.
choices.
I know.
You can choose 200, 150, or 10 watts for a tech on HF and 10 meters. What's his maximum power?
Well, I'd say 100 watts.
No.
Nope, he can use 200.
Okay, well, last time I looked up that, it was 50 years ago, and it was 75 watts.
I would say if you're going back to the novice days, it would have been 75.
Yeah.
Okay, John B, next question for you. What type of amateur station simultaneously retransmits the signal of another amateur station on a different channel or channels?
Repeaters.
A repeater.
Well, I heard help from the audience, but I suspect John knew this.
John, mute yourself. You just gave him the answer. Not that he didn't know it.
I'd say this one, I figured John knew this. Okay, round 3. It is repeater station. Randy, you're up again. Your question is, what does the abbreviation PSK mean? you want to see the choices? Randy, are you there?
It looks frozen.
It does look frozen. He might be out. Let me pass the question then to Rick. We'll see if he comes back. Rick, do you want to answer the question?
Yeah, the K is keying. Show me the
Choices?
yeah.
Pulse shift keying, phase shift keying, packet short keying, or phased slide keying?
Yeah, phase shift keying.
Of course. You got it. That's a point for you. Randy, you look like, are you back, Randy?
I'm back.
All right, I'll give you the next question. I just passed that one over to Rick. Randy, for you, how would you change? Oh, I just gave
You
her the
already
answer.
asked that one.
Right, I did. What the hell? Hold on. I think I went to the start of the question pool. Let me reorient myself. Bear with me 1 second, guys.
Da-da-da.
Technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Everybody else gets a point.
Yeah, exactly.
Put the test pattern back up.
Yeah, that's it.
Exactly.
Where's that test pattern? I want the audio to go with it, though.
Yeah.
You know, I thought about adding that, but I didn't. Am I still sharing, guys?
No, you're not.
No. Good. So I want to zap ahead. Okay.
You're locked the porn down. Sure.
This is kind of lame, but you know, it's the best I could do. Okay, I'm ready to go. Back to sharing. And this is going to be for Randy. There you go. Randy, what is the national calling frequency for FM simplex in the 2-meter band?
Oh, goodness. I think I know this, but I'll need to see my choices here.
52.
Okay. 146.52, 145, 432.1, or 446 megahertz.
I'm going to go A.
You would be correct. Okay. VDF, you're next. Which Q signal indicates that you are receiving interference from other stations? Which Q signal?
URM.
That's correct. That's 2 points for you. And John B, why might the range of VHF and UHF signals be greater in the winter? You might want to see the choices for this.
No, don't see the choices.
Because there's no foliage.
That's it.
Yes, correct.
That's right. Less absorption by vegetation. Okay, 2 more rounds for this game. Randy, over to you. What antenna polarization is normally used for long distance weak signal CW and single sideband contacts using the VHF and UHF bands?
I think I'll know it when I see it. So why don't you show me my choices?
Okay, I bet you will. Right-hand circular, left-hand circular, horizontal, or vertical polarization?
Go to horizontal.
I believe that is correct. It is. Give you a point for that. And Rick,
Yes, sir.
what term is commonly used to describe the rapid fluttering sound sometimes heard from mobile stations that are moving while transmitting?
Picket fencing.
That would be correct. This game's way too easy. We should do this with the extra poll some night. I can embarrass myself.
Hey, I just finished studying for the test. I know this now.
That's awesome. Well, that's the idea. So, okay, let's see here. Okay, VDF, you're next. What part of the atmosphere enables the propagation of radio signals around the world?
D-layer.
It's not that specific. Let me choices. Stratosphere, troposphere, ionosphere, or magnetosphere?
Troposphere.
Nope. Ionosphere.
Ionosphere. Okay.
It's okay. And John B, what type of radiation are VHF and UHF radio signals?
Electromagnetic.
That's not one of the choices. Let me give you the choices. This is kind of a tough one because I would have thought the same thing. Your choices are gamma, ionizing, alpha, or non-ionizing radiation.
Non-ionizing.
You are right. I'll give you a point for that. We're going into the final round, and Rick and Johnny are tied for first place with 7 points. Randy has got 6, and VDF has 3. It is the last round for the game. Randy, what is the name for the distance a radio wave travels during one complete cycle?
The wavelength.
That is correct. You have 8 points and are in the lead. Rick,
Yes.
you have, let's see, what reading on an SWR meter indicates a perfect impedance match between the antenna and the feed line?
1-1.
That's correct. You are now in the lead. Okay. K1VDF, John, what happens to power lost in a feed line?
Dissipated as heat.
That's correct. You are still in last place, but you have 5 points. And
Hey,
last-
wait a minute. I'm protesting.
I'm sorry. The judges' decisions are final.
Might
John,
be final.
Hey, we know where the judge lives, okay?
John
Doesn't do
B,
me any good.
this is your
He
final
lived next door. I couldn't get to him.
to build the suspense. John, you are currently in 3rd place with 7 points. Randy is in 2nd place with 8 points, and Rick is in 1st place with 9 points. If you get 2 points, you'll tie for 1st. If you get 1 point, you'll tie for 2nd. If you get no points, you'll come in 3rd. Here's your question. What
That's
property of a
the point.
radio wave is used to describe its polarization? I could give you the choices if you want.
E field.
The what?
The E field.
The electric field, correct. Good job. So you tied. So we had a tie for first. John, Rick, each got 9. Randy had 8, and John brings up the back with 5 points.
Runoff, gotta have a runoff.
Well, I have questions. We have time to play one more game if you guys want, or we could call it a night. It's your call.
You gotta have a runoff. It's not even 8 o'clock yet.
You're right. The runoff game between Rick and John B. How about that? You guys want to play a sudden death?
Sure.
So I'll give you guys a good idea for the runoff, Rob. We'll do a runoff of 5 questions, and if you're tied, we'll do a sudden death after that. All righty. Here comes the tiebreaker game. Rick, you're first. What are the 2 components of a radio wave?
Electric and magnetic.
Absolutely right. John, how does the wavelength of a radio wave relate to its frequency?
As frequency goes up, wavelength gets shorter.
That's correct.
Or vice versa.
Inversely, right. Okay, back to Rick. Rick, what are the frequency limits of the VHF spectrum?
30 to 300 megahertz.
That's correct. John B, what are the frequency limits of the UHF spectrum? See what I did there?
300 to 3,000 megahertz.
Of course.
How come you guys can type so fast?
Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. And I can say that since we're not in the RF. Okay, Rick, over to you. What is the approximate velocity of a radio wave as it travels through free space?
300,000 meters per second.
That is correct. And John, what mode is responsible for allowing over-the-horizon VHF and UHF communications to ranges of approximately 300 miles on a regular basis?
Sporadic E.
Nope. Tropospheric ducting. Alrighty. Rick, you're pulling ahead here. Round 4. What band is best suited for communications via meteor scatter? This is a good one. I did not get this right when I tested myself.
What band? Let me see the choices.
Okay. 10, 6, 2, or 70 centimeters.
6 meters.
That is
2
correct.
meters, I guess 2.
I guessed 2 too when I was going through the pool. I would have been wrong. This is 6 meters. Obviously, I've never operated meteor scatter.
6 meters opens a lot more than 2.
Yeah. Cool. Anybody in this room ever worked meteor scatter? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Yeah, John. Of course, the old timers, right?
Believe it or not, I worked at a 10 gigahertz meteor scatter, a troposcatter system.
Really?
Yeah, it was 10,000 watts.
Wow.
Wow. That
Where was that, in Africa?
I was gonna say.
Oh, Vietnam.
I was gonna say you the
He's
amateur
got-
operating. Wow. That's
We shot from Phulam, Vietnam to Bangkok, Thailand.
Wow. That's pretty cool. Okay, over to John. John, you're behind now, 7-4. Plus whatever you get here. Electrical, oh, there you go. Electrical current is measured in what units?
Amperes or amps.
Right. It's 2 for you. So it's 6-7 into the 5th round. Rick, you have 7 points. Your question is, what is the unit of electromotive force?
Volts.
We're getting to the easy one. There you go. So that gives you 9 points, which means John can't win, but we'll give him his question anyway.
Yay.
John, your last question. What is the approximate amount of change measured in decibels of a power increase from 5 watts to 10 watts?
3.
That's of course correct. Close
Sure.
game, but I declare Rick the winner. So thank you. See, we couldn't do that on the air.
Yeah, so Rick, he's gonna send you a check anytime soon.
Yeah, I'll have Ed take care of that.
I can't wait.
And a recount.
Thanks for playing, guys.
It'll be
For
signed.
you guys
Just
that
fill in the
haven't
blank.
heard, for you guys who
James.
haven't heard, Dave's in the hospital. Had a
Oh,
heart
boy.
attack last night.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear.
Yeah.
James, question.
Yes, sir.
Was one of the questions, what were the frequency ranges of VHF?
Yep,
Yeah.
it was.
See, I didn't know I always assumed VHF starts at 6 meters.
No, I think I've always thought it to be 30, but it's true. I mean, we don't use anything between. We don't have any bands between 10 and 6 meters. 50 megahertz. But I think I got into the hobby through shortwave listening, so I always thought HF. I've always accepted HF ending at 30. So even though we don't use like 31, I've always assumed that's where VHF starts, and that's what the question pool has, 30 to 300. So
Oh, I misunderstood. Okay, it's megahertz, not, I was thinking meters. It's megahertz, okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
because 50 megahertz and
Right, if it
28
were meters-
megahertz is 10. Okay,
Right. If it was
So 30.
wavelength, if it was meters, you'd be absolutely right. It would definitely be 50.
got it. Got it.
points.
Actually, the FCC determines that, or determined that.
Did they?
Yeah, the whole thing is based on 3. You know, HF is 3 to 30, VHF is 30 to 300, da 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 da.
Yep. That's one of the questions I remembered from my tech exam. Anyways, this was way too easy. I've got this slated to happen again later on. If nobody else picks up another TechNet, we'll do it with the general pool, or maybe we could do it with the extras and really see who really remembers those things. But anyhow.
So we have every once in a while, we've only done this in person,
Right.
but we've had Jeopardy for Hams, which is
Yeah.
usually hosted by K1LYP John Yuza. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
usually a lot of fun, and there's some contesting going on there, but it's usually a lot of fun. And based on Jim's model here, I think he based his model on that and some other stuff. This was a lot of fun, Jim. I could kudos on this one.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Like I said, I know John User does it. I think I've been to one of his at the center. And like I said, this was just a way to take up space. It was an easy thing to put together. Now that I've got my slides set up, so I appreciate you guys playing along. I'm looking forward to the Bob Heil meeting next week. I've actually got a Bob Heil story. A couple of years ago, actually 6 years ago, when I got my TS2000, I got me this nifty Heil thin microphone because it's fancy and it's a Heil, and I had a hard time mating it to the base. And I actually put a review on eham.net, and I actually squawked about the fact that the microphone didn't fit to the base that they were marketing for this. And apparently Bob Heil watches what people say about his gear on eham, because he actually telephoned me. And it was one of the more interesting phone conversations that I ever had. He was so cool. And he was like, he admitted actually he had a problem with the adapter, and he sent me the right adapter to mate it up. And we just chit chatted. And then he called me back after he sent me the part to see if I got it. And it was just a really cool experience. I've listened to his organ show on shortwave too. So I think it's very cool that you roped him in, John. I'm looking forward to his presentation to the public. I hope everybody can make it to that.
He's still playing the band?
Is what?
Does Bob Heil still play in the band?
I don't know. I don't know what band he played. He did sound. He was not so much famous for playing as setting up sound, especially for rock concerts.
I thought he played with Chicago.
He plays the theater organ. Like I said, he's got a program on that.
Maybe I don't know. He's a very, very dynamic speaker, and I hope you can all join us next Thursday for Bob, because it's a great thing for the club for one, but he's very, very, very knowledgeable on audio, all kinds of audio issues, and he's just Bob Heil is a legend. So please do set aside some time next Thursday, 7:30 in the and the link for this meeting is not the one for that one, and we have all these different Zoom rooms for different things, but please do join us for that one.
Yeah, definitely. I can't wait. Yeah, so he does this show on WTWW actually, and I've heard it. He plays the theater organ. It's kind of a weird thing. It's not weird that he plays the organ, but my best friend also is into organ restoration and theater organs, and he of course knows Bob Heil from that realm, which is kind of weird. Small world and all. But I also watch his Ham Nation podcast a lot, video podcast. So he's a pretty good guy. Actually, I think I heard him speak once too at Boxborough, and he's a pretty dynamic speaker. So I'm looking forward to it. So thanks for bringing him in, John.
Well, my pleasure. I'm glad I was able to make the contact, and if it goes well, we'll have some other industry notables as things move forward. Over my career, I've gotten to know a lot of people, so I'm happy I can approach the mask.
Good stuff.
Hey, we got a drunk on the thing.
Who's the drunk?
Who's that, Firewater?
What's that, John?
I saw Jim drinking the beer, the cranberry juice. I said, we got a drunk on the net.
I thought that was Firewater.
That's not booze.
Excuse me.
You have to drink carrot juice. The more you drink, the better you see.
What was that gin pole you had there?
Yeah.
Jim, you operate that loop right behind you, or do you put it outside?
No, I usually use it right here. I haven't done too much with it yet. I basically just got the thing put together. In fact, tomorrow I'm gonna set it up, do a little bit of 30-meter QRP, see if I can get something out of it.
Nice. What rig are you going to use for QRP?
I have a couple of those QCX kits. In fact, I just finished one of the mini kits, the little tiny one.
Cool.
For 30 meters. Nice little kit. Thing puts on 5 watts. And today I bought I think it's called a Talon. It's a 6,000 milliampere hour 12-volt battery pack off of Amazon. It comes with a little charger and a whole schmear. It's only about this big. And I plan to run it off of that.
Cool.
And well, see what happens. Something to play with.
Absolutely.
What bands does that antenna cover?
It's 10 through 80. On 80, it's a little shaky, but yeah, it'll cover up to 30 megs.
Yeah, I would imagine on 80 it would be pretty tight bandwidth too, but it unless perspective is off with the camera, it appears to be only 2 feet in diameter, maybe.
That's more like 3.5 feet in diameter, maybe. Let's see, I got a 3-foot roller here. There you go. It's right on 3 feet.
Oh, that's pretty big.
Right on 3 feet in diameter.
Did you make that or buy it?
No, I bought it. In fact, I've been pricing them. They're incredibly expensive, and that's a chameleon. And I was gonna buy one. I said, I'm not spending that kind of money. And then I went on eBay, and one night some guy had posted one on there that he bought, and he didn't like it, and put it up for sale, and I got a great deal on it. So I bought it off of him. I fired it up, and believe it or not, it wouldn't work. I'm thinking, that's why he sold it. He couldn't get it to work. So I did a little troubleshooting. I don't know if you can see it from there or not. Right up here where the loop is, the two sections of loop go together like this. Well, the manufacturer had made it wrong, and they put it together like this. And the little insulator that went through there for the SO239 was shorting the loop out. So I had a dead short. I took the bolt out, flipped the wires over, and plugged it back in, and bing, away it went. So I really lucked out on that deal.
Cool.
I was going to tell John there. John, I used to work at a tropo station in northern Japan. We used to beam to Misawa on a southern island from us, but in the same facility was a Army photo facility, and the photography facility, and they used the old M2 flash bulbs. I don't know if you remember those, but they're pretty good honking size, about the size of a golf ball. We used to get a few beers on us, and then go out and get a case of those light bulbs and throw them up into the feed horn on the tropo.
Hey, wait a minute.
And boom, we made our own fireworks.
Yes, you did.
So you were the guys.
Of course, the circuit would go down, but yeah, whatever, you know.
Wow.
What were you in the Air Force?
I was in the Army Security Agency.
Oh, ASA, another Snoop troop.
Snoop.
Yeah, spy on the Russians. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Well, we got another guy here in the club that's a Snoop troop too, Bob, GYZ.
Oh, okay.
He was in Japan also.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a good time. We up in northern Japan, we did a lot of looking at Russian missile tests, because the Russians would launch their missiles from the over near Moscow over the Ural Mountains, and they had to send them somewhere where nobody could see what was going on. So they would send them all over Mongolia, and they would land up in Siberia. So the only place you could get a good shot to look at those signals was places like northern Japan, when we were in northern Japan. So we were basically looking at the data coming from all that stuff. But we also did all the satellite shots and what have you. It was a lot of fun. We had a good time. Good beer over there too.
I knew I
I'll
liked
beat
this
you on
club
that
for a
one.
reason.
I spent 18 months in Germany.
Oh, okay. My best DX from Japan was had an old R390 in the station there, and I picked up KDKA one night on 1020 KC from Japan, and I was listening to KDKA. I couldn't get over that. That's a pretty good haul on that frequency.
Yeah, you go to the flea markets, there's R390s around today. Of course, you need a truck and a trailer and 10 kids to get the thing in it, but
Yeah. That's one of the ones I have. I have in fact, I have an MOS for R390. They sent me to school for a year up at Fort Devens for the R390s. That's what I used to work on. Then I had a couple other MOSs. But that's a nice radio to work on, but like you said, it takes 3 guys to lift the thing up on a bench. And if you take the gear train apart, forget it.
oh really? Yeah.
Quite the gear train in that thing. One hell of a receiver though.
Hey guys, I don't mean to butt in, but 7.3s. That was a great little thing you did tonight, and I may steal some of it when I have to run the net with Ant. We like to ask questions too, so I mean some of your stuff.
Absolutely. It's all about sharing and collaboration. If anybody wants my slide format, I did that up in PowerPoint. I'd be happy to share it if anybody wants it. So I'm going to reload it for general the next time I do it here. But thanks for coming by.
It's rumored that this might go up on YouTube.
Uh-oh. Did we record tonight?
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh, exactly.
Names will
Rory.
not be named.
Oh, dear God.
I better stop eating my popcorn.
I hope I didn't pick my nose. Well, I had my screen shared, so.
Well, we got a lot of.
My hair.
I know. I haven't seen any complaints yet. We got a lot of sneaky bastards on this thing.
Well, you know, I went to the what was it, the QSO Today virtual Hamfest last weekend, and most of the sessions you couldn't turn your camera on, but sure enough, I had a session come on. They turned my camera on, and I wasn't butt ass naked, but I was not dressed in a manner that I should have been when the camera came on, and I was not pleased about that. So,
I think that's more info than we need.
I'm sorry. I don't know how to put it delicately. So I was covered, but you know, my age, my body shape is not an attractive thing. But good thing it was a group of hams. I hopefully nobody caught it. Yeah.
I haven't noticed, so that's a good thing.
Thank God.
Hey, Rob,
Yes, sir. See ya.
are you going to record the Bob Hiles thing?
What do you think? If I'm alive, I got air in my lungs. It's getting recorded.
Definitely.
All right, I'm gonna write him and just ask his permission on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he may have a copyrighted.
Well, if we're gonna put it on the YouTube channel, I'll just ask his permission, make sure he's okay with our doing that.
Well, yeah, just let him know that we're going to do that. And if he has an objection, I don't have to record it.
Yeah.
Well, they think it would just be a good thing to do.
I know some of the other, I'm hearing a lot of chat on the other repeaters about joining the Bob Heil thing, so.
Yeah, I can't wait. Cannot wait.
Hope we're gonna have a good turnout, and it'll certainly be a good thing for the club.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Good stuff. Well, I'm gonna run, guys. I've got a sick cat, and I'd like to hang out with my wife too. I think I have a very lame vet. I brought my cats in for their annual checkup last week, and they told me that my 13-year-old cat, was full of cancer and had 2 weeks to live. And then she did some more tests and patted the bill, and then said, "Oh no, he's just diabetic." And it's like, well, I'm glad you don't practice human medicine, because having to walk back a terminal diagnosis. So we've been through the ringer. So now we're in the routine of injecting the little bastard twice a day. So,
Yeah, thanks for no thanks, but yeah, good luck with your cat, buddy.
yeah, I know. He's a good guy, actually. I got him at the time I got divorced. It was going to be me and him, and then I met the future XYL, and now it's been the three of us. So
Is that Carl?
it's Carl. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I know Carl. Yeah.
He's a good guy. So
I love
yeah,
cats.
yeah. How can you not? So we almost lost him, but now we have to convince him to let us, jab his back with a needle twice a day. So
He's not gonna be a happy camper on that one, but he'll get used to it.
Well, he's not a happy camper. The last, I say, out of the last 5 mornings, 3 of them he got abducted and hauled off to the vets, and he had spent 2 nights there. He's very skittish. He's very skittish from me right now, and of course now I got to feed him twice a day and entice him and I got to read his glucose. It's just, yeah. You know what? He's worth it. So.
Give him a little catnip and a little treat. He'll do fine.
Yeah. Actually, my wife, when we took sick and we knew we were getting him back, about all kinds of treats, we actually have catnip cigars, which anybody knows me, this works up really well in the house with the cat.
Jesus, Jim.
If the cat don't like it, Jim will smoke it.
Jim's
exactly. Exactly. You can make sure he gets his catnip, where it's all good. Life is good, guys. Anyways, thanks for putting up with me tonight. And Jim, let me know how that QCX 30-meter rig, I like building QRP rigs. I don't find the air often enough, but I'd like to know how it works, especially with that loop antenna. I've got the Mighty Fine Junk tuned loop antenna, and I don't know, maybe I'll to get a QRP rig and go up Sleeping Giant someday this summer and try to make some contacts. So
that would be very cool.
Yeah, that QCX rig looks really nice, so it'll work.
Drive up Meriden Mountain. You can drive up and set up in the back of your car.
Oh, that'd be great. So,
no, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, I got to get outside and start operating. So, all righty, guys. 73, have a good night.
Right,
thanks, Jim. See you later.
Definitely see you, if not sooner, for the Heil thing next week. Thanks for putting up with my net tonight.
Thanks, Jim. Good job.
All righty.
That was a lot of fun.
You're done, Jim.
All right. AB1DQ. I'm Claire. Have a good night.
See you later.